With doubts over Mark Cueto's fitness, does this now present Dellen Armitage with the chance to secure the wing berth for the rest of the tournament?
Well, it certainly gives Dellen a very good opportunity. I think watching Dellen, he's looking quick. You know, he seems to have got that bit between his teeth again, and he's in good form. So if Mark Cueto is not selected, then it's a fantastic opportunity. I'm sure he'll want to take it with both hands.
What are your thoughts on the dynamics of the back division? Would you start with Tuilagi, with Tyndall?
Yeah, I think the way it's worked in the last game, I think it's definitely the right combination. I think Tyndall offers you that battering ram, that experience in the middle, and I think with Manu Tuilagi, I think he's been a breath of fresh air. I think England have been looking for some dynamism in the centre, somebody who can beat people, can get those offloads in, and he certainly can do that. He's got a lot of pace, he's young, he's exciting. He may lack a bit, he may be a bit inexperienced, but he's certainly a great player to have in the team, and I know the outside backs will be looking to feed off him. If he can make the half break, get that offload and get the ball out wide, that'll just be fantastic. So I think that will be England's combination.
You were there and won it in 2003. What can the current side expect from a World Cup in the Southern Hemisphere?
Well, they can expect a rough ride. It's going to be tough, there's no doubt about it. You know, playing in the World Cup, it's going to, you know, demand everything from you, you know, every ounce of energy, so much focus. You're going to be under a lot of pressure, and these guys have got to make sure they perform. You know, in the pool stages, you may get a few chances, but you certainly won't in the knockout stages. So England have got a tough start against Argentina. It's probably the hardest start for the last 3 World Cups, but I just think they've got enough. Argentina will come out, they'll be strong, they'll be looking to scrummage, looking to put England under a lot of pressure physically. But I just think this current England squad, I think up front, they'll certainly be more than a match for Argentina. And I think England have just got too much experience in there. And I'm looking for a win of maybe 10 to 14 points. But it's going to be very tough because your opening game, everybody wants to get off to a good start. And England know they've got to make a statement. But winning that first game is crucial.
Now, I know it's always difficult to compare, but how do you think the current side compared to the vintage of 2003 and 2007, say?
Yeah, it's quite different. You know, you can't compare this current side to 2003 or really 2007. It's just completely different. 2003, we had a settled team, been playing together for years, knew each other inside out. You know, we're probably the favourites to win, and we did. In 2007, complete contrast. You know, we were poor form going into it, got smashed by South Africa 36-0 in the second game, but then bounced back and showed the real grit that England have got. And in the knockout stages, you know, we answered those questions and we got to another final. So this current England team, you know, I think have got an opportunity. We've not been as consistent as we probably would have liked, but that doesn't always count. So they'll be looking to really get some good form in the opening games and hopefully take that into the playoffs and do well, and hopefully we'll see England in a third consecutive final.
Now, would you have changed anything to England's preparations in the build-up to this competition at all?
Again, you'd want, you know, would I change anything? You know, it's difficult because I'm not in the circle, but I know Martin Johnson will have a game plan. They'll just want to make sure that they're just focused. You know, lots of talk about other teams and what they can do. England have just got to focus on what they can do. And it's going to be difficult. You know, there's going to be times, I'm sure, throughout the competition where the backs are against the wall. Things may not work out as they would. Maybe there'll be a couple of injured players. I know the likes of Lewis Moody will probably miss the first game. But they've just got to keep that focus. They've got to keep that belief. And if you do that, if you can get some form, if you can really knit together as a team, then, you know, the opportunities are there for you. But it's going to be great. The reason why we love rugby and World Cups is because it brings the best players onto the biggest stage, and we want to see them perform at the best. And just because New Zealand are everybody's favourites, it doesn't mean to say they're going to win. So come on, England.
Is that now, who do you see as England's biggest threats from the Northern Hemisphere?
Well, I think certainly England will probably be the biggest threat. You know, you've got Ireland, who have been so inconsistent that when they get it together, Ireland can be a real threat. But in the last World Cup, Ireland was so disappointing. So they will want to make sure that this year is different from them. This World Cup will be different from them. You never know what you're going to get with the likes of a France. You know, they're the team that have always caused the likes of New Zealand problems. So they can be hit and miss. But on the day, they can make the upsets. And Wales, again, are a team who have got some fantastic players in it, and they will be looking for some consistency. They've got a very tough group. Pool D is very tough. So it'll be interesting to see who actually comes through that group as the top two teams, because, you know, with Fiji in there, with South Africa, you know, it's going to be very tough. So I think that England will probably pose the biggest threat of the Northern Hemisphere, but World Cups are all about surprises, and they've got an opportunity to cement their place in history, and I'm sure every player, every team will be looking to do that.
Now, as Rugby League converts go, what are your thoughts on Sonny Bill Williams and Chris Ashton?
Well, Sonny Bill Williams is a fantastic player. He was fantastic in Rugby League. You know, made the switch. He went to Toulon, and it was just brilliant. It's great to see him develop. As an outside back, you want to be outside Sonny Bill Williams, because you know he's going to get the offload. He's going to make the half break. So it's just exciting. Everywhere he goes, there should be somebody on his shoulder. So a great opportunity for him. Hopefully he won't do too much, especially if England come up against them. But he is a player to watch in the World Cup. It'd be exciting to watch. And then Chris Ashton, you know, again, he's come into the England game and he's just been a breath of fresh air. He's scored so many tries. He's been exciting. He's covered every blade of grass. You know, he's scoring most of his tries off his wing. You watch in the lead up to a try. You know, the try may have been scored in the right-hand corner, but he may have started on the left, and he'll go and he'll sniff, and he'll just be waiting for somebody to get that half break, and boom, there he is on the shoulder. So England will be looking to the likes of Chris Ashton for that, you know, that excitement. In World Cups, you don't get many opportunities, so it's up to him and your Fodens and your Tuolangis to make sure that any half breaks they convert into points, and hopefully if they do that, you know, England have got a chance.